Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we got this VP44 truck in for a set of 7x9 power-driven diesel injectors. So let's get those installed and get it on the dyno, see what it does. All right, so first things first, we have to get the throttle position sensor bracket off, the intake horn off, the dipstick off, and then the valve cover. So let's get that done and get her all out. So once you have the intake horn, valve cover, and throttle position bracket out of the way, then you start taking the lines off. Now there's 10 mil hold down bolts right here, and an 8 mil right there. So these are 19 millimeter. They're just tube nuts, they back off. And down on the pump, they're also 19 millimeter. So let's get those out. All right, so once you have the lines and stuff all unhooked, there's a 10 mil bolt right here on the hold down, another 10 mil here, another 10 mil here, an 8 millimeter on a clamp back here. That's on this hold down clamp. Undo the lines off the pump. They'll come off in two sections. Now to get at number 6, it is a lot easier if you take the rear lift hook off the back of the head. Which looks like this. There's two 15 millimeter bolts in it. Take those out, that'll pop off, and you can get at the back nut a lot easier. The back line, sorry. Now, once you got all that off, all that's left to do is take the crossover tube out and the injector hold down, and then pop the injectors out. So I'll show you how to do that. Now, for the crossover tube, come over to the side here. You can see the crossover tube right there. To get that out, all you do is you take a flat screwdriver, pop it out like that. And there we go. The new injectors will come. The new injectors from Power Driven come with a washer for the crossover tube. It's always good to inspect these to see if they're mushroomed or rounded or anything like that in the end. These ones look fine. These look like they've been replaced at some point. So once you get that out, set it to the side. And then the injector itself, there is an 8 millimeter bolt here. Take that one right out. You do not need to touch the one in the back because that is slotted. There's a slot in the end of the hold down. So if you take the bolt, leave it in there, kind of pry it up and back, see there's a slot right there. The common rail trucks are not slotted, so you have to take both bolts out. So to do that, you have to remove the rocker, the exhaust rocker. But on the P pump or the VP trucks, it's slotted, so it just pops out like that. And then to get the injector itself out, you can use a valve cover bolt. It has this collar here that won't let it slide up, that won't let it has this collar here that you can use to get a little bit of leverage, and it'll thread right into the top of the injector like that. So usually, sometimes they'll pop right out by hand. Other times you need to pry them a little bit. So in this one here, to get it out, you just took a pry bar, put it on the thermostat housing, and then all it took is a little wee pry, and then the injector popped right out. Now just make sure the copper gasket comes with it and it didn't stay down in the hole. So let's get this done for the other 5, and we're ready to put the new ones in. So here we go, we got them all out. They all came out with the washers. So now we're going to take these washers off and install the new ones. So there we go, we got all the crossover tubes re-O-ringed. Now I'm going to bring out the injectors and need the copper washer on there, but I'm not going to put the copper washer on and take this off until I'm ready to put them in the truck. So that way I'll keep dirt and everything off them as long as possible. So let's get putting them in. So when putting them in, just make sure the feed hole is pointing toward the crossover tube. And you lubricate the O-ring with a little bit of clean engine oil. Center them in. So it gets the O-ring. And then as for actually pushing it in, the hold downs have a slot on them, so that'll make sure that it's straight in there. So make sure your hole is cleaned out for the hold down bolt to go in. And then since this is slotted, I'm just gonna slide it underneath the bolt that's already in there. Push down, she'll pop right in. And the torque spec on the hold down nut, or the hold down bolt, is 89 inch-pounds. So then your injector's in, and for the crossover tubes, all you do is slide them in the side of the head, give them a push, and you'll feel it pop in. So now you're ready to just put your lines and stuff back on. So let's get the other 5 in, and then get everything put back together. So there we have our injectors installed. So thank you for watching on how to install the injectors on a VP44 24 valve Cummins. Stay tuned for more videos, and don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.